Bro, our Eagles lost to the Falcons, bro. I'm so freaking mad. Like, our Eagles are, like, going bad this year, bro. And they didn't actually lock in. Huh? How many wins do I have? In my 2K? Oh, they have 1 win and one loss. Yeah, and then this game is this Friday, so. Bro, they're going against the Saints. That dumb trash team. Yeah. I better not miss this. Oh my gosh! I was listening to Quando Bingo in middle school. Shoot that. Where? Back. Please make that. Bro, you stupid. That's good. Oh my gosh, bro. We're losing, bro. We have Wanyama. They have the tallest man ever. Bro, you heard about Donald Trump, bro? Donald Trump had a second association with him. Freaking dog. Yeah, I might as well do that. They say your boyfriend. Yo, I can actually get my driving done higher. Let's go. Should I go up to, well, at least I went up to a 68 overall. That's good. No, what? I'm trying to take all my VC for mine. I'm a 68 overall, right? It's saying I'm a 66. I'm a 66.
What's good, everybody? This is Spillboy. You're now watching them. What's good, everybody? This is Spillboy.
I got ungrounding.
What's good, everybody? This is Spillboy. You're now watching NBA 2K TV.
Okay, yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I got on ground. I just got on ground, new chat. Yo, I'm with my friend here, Jacob. Say hi to the stream. Say hi to the stream. Yeah, I'm streaming. Fast, pass the ball, boy. Pass the ball before you squat. Yeah. Why do I have no headshot, bro? It's so bright. That's all. Yeah. Oh, green, bam. I was bleeding. Why are you laughing? What's so funny? Oh. Okay. Punches. Yeah, all they do is like, they like sting. But like, why does this kid look like Kanye West? They all have the Kanye West face creation. That's crazy. Why am I lagging? Bro, I suck. I ain't on my court, but my jump shot is kind of weird. But when, okay, but when, first of all, boom. Look, I can make straight like green, 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 another green. Oh my gosh. Step back, green. Nah, that would be crazy. Green, another green, green. That was a crazy combo, fire combo right there. Oh, ooh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Okay, that's bad. Oh, no way. I don't know, that was crazy. That would be awesome too. I just missed a wide open layup. Hey! Okay, love you.
I love you. Have a good night. Don't stay up too late, okay?
Okay. Love you. See you in the morning. Mwah. Green. 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 Imagine. Oh my gosh, no way. Green! Green! I still made that. Another green. Another green. No. I'd break that. Green. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, no. There's no way. Ooh, that was clean. Oh my gosh. No way. Imagine. No way. There's no way. But that was so close. That was it. That would be crazy. Oh my god. There's no way. No. Imagine. No, how did I miss that? Oh, no. No. How I'm missing it. That's it. That was a good handle. I just missed a wide open layup. Breathe. That was fine. Imagine. That was a good hammer too. Yo, that was clean. I swear to God, this is clean. Watch this. I'm gonna... No way. Oh my gosh. Nah, bro, this jump shot's crazy. I'm not even trying, chat. Oh my God. No. I don't know one. I would have been crazy. Green. No. Green. How did I just miss a very late? Yeah, I gotta read John 6. Oh yeah, bro, we forgot to do that Bible study. Remember? Bro, remember the Bible study? Remember the Bible study? I'm on John 6 right now, bro. Yeah, John 6 right now. Okay, let me get on my tablet. I'm grounded. Yo, I'm actually making magnet. Yo, I'm not missing. I'm not missing! Why you going to sleep, bro? You tired? Yeah, good night, bro. See you, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna eat breakfast though, but I'll see you tomorrow. Like after breakfast, I'll put my PS4. Okay. I make this, Marley likes me. Let's go! If I make this, Urelis really. If I make this, Urelis actually loves me and cares for me. Let's go! If I make this, I got W race. Hey, if I make this, I'm a good person. If I make this, I'm a Christian and I love Jesus. And let's go. Green. Oh. I guess that bad move is now probably like good. Yo. Nah, this should make, I should make that. There's no way I missed that. No way. Oh, yo, that was crazy. That was actually crazy. Nah, that shot was actually crazy. Ah, bro, this was crazy. Yo! That is... Someone's on 6 right now. I'll make the first try. I knew it! Oh my god. This stuff is actually tough. What type of handling is that? What the heck? What is going on? Man, it's charging, man. Oh. Yo! What is wrong with my phone? Whoa. Yeah, this phone is stupid. I'm done. This one. Yo, I know, bro. Okay, yo, ain't y'all? Okay, ain't y'all do? Oh, I know. All y'all be listening to CNN 10. The all freaking all the whole class. They be putting they be putting on CNN 10, bro. And sometimes you be mad interested into it too. Like it be crazy. Like it's like news, but like for like there's a lot of classes that watch this, bro. Like I can look at the comments, bro. And, like there's so much classes. Alright, well, this says, this is Clyder's class. Really enjoyed the segment on plastic. Keep up the good work. Blah, blah, blah. It said, shout out to Mrs. Burmose. Great class. Hey, CNN 10. This is Mrs. Colt's class at Boston. And look, we listened to this today. Like, you know, all middle school and high school people, y'all be listening to CNN 10. And that's not a lie. I even subscribed to that. But because we be doing free time on the computer, so I'll be really on my computer. You better get a shower one day. Yeah, like Miss Bambeck's class at like Nest or something. We always listen to CNN 10. Like every OG, every middle school and freaking high school people listen to CNN 10, and that's not lie. Like everyone around the world. It's like news, but like for kids, like for middle school and high school. You know what I'm saying? I made it very late. That's crazy. No way. Why does it stop like that? That's what I hate when it does that. Oh, so when you do the step back, look, watch this. Make every green. Like, if you want my jump shot, I'll tell you, like, actually great jump shot. I got it from Coaster. And they can make pulse fades too, it's crazy. And I still made that, that's crazy. Oh my god! Oh! Yo, that move is tough, hold on. Oh my gosh, no way. Woo! Oh. Green. Yo, how am I making these? Why am I making these? Bro, what the shit mean? Yo. Oh my gosh. No way. No way. Bro, why am I strict? Oh, 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 oh! Yo, that was crazy. Oh my gosh. Oh, 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 holy Sigma. Oh, oh, ah. I'm trying to get contact dunks though. Yeah, but middle school is actually actually good. No lie, I'm not lying, bro. Seeing the lunch is good, bro. I got a girlfriend. Yes. She okay. Not the best, but. I got ungrounded too. It's a great thing, man. Thank you, Lord, for this great thing. That was crazy. That's fire too. Well, first of all, I'm going to be reading the Bible study. I'm on John 6 right now.
Amelia, unlock the door.
I'm afraid I can't do that, Jen.
Why not?
Did you forget something?
Oh, Chin-Chin.
The future isn't scary. Not investing in it is.
You're so dramatic.
Or shall we buy things and distribute it to those who were seated as much of it all, like half of itself, less all the leftovers. To say, surely this is all the leftovers, left over, because that signals that not only was there enough to feed the 5,000, but there was enough left over. In fact, enough to fill 12 baskets of.
Yeah, me too. I'm doing a chapter a
I
day.
feel like that's just God's character. Like, he's always providing in abundance. And then verse 14. After the people saw the sign of the leftovers, left of itself of it all, like baskets with the pieces of with the fish. When they threw loaves and 2 fish and 5,000. Verse 11. Jesus then took the loaves, gave thanks, and distributed to those who were seated as much as they wanted. He did the same with the fish. When they had all had enough to eat, he said to his disciples, gather the pieces that are left over. Let nothing be wasted. So they gathered them and filled 12 baskets with the pieces of the 5 barley loaves left over by those who had eaten. So if you call out here, and what stuck out to me is one, okay, just like the sheer miracle of it all. Like how can 5 loaves of bread and 2 small fish feed 5,000 people? But Jesus made it happen. It did. So he performed that, and that was already a miracle in and of itself. But not only does Jesus provide, he provides in abundance. So in chapter 12, when it says gather the pieces that are left over, I underlined left over because that signals that not only was there enough to feed the 5,000, but there was enough left over. In fact, enough to fill 12 baskets of all the leftovers. And I feel like that's just God's character. Like, he's always provided in abundance. And then verse 14. After the people saw the sign Jesus performed, they began to say, surely this is the prophet who is to come into the world. Jesus, knowing that they intended to come and make him king by force, withdrew again to a mountain by himself. So at this point, because the people saw Jesus' power and the signs that he performed, they want to make him king. They want to force him to use his power. I also love that it says Jesus withdrew again to a mountain by himself. And I underlined withdrew and I underlined by himself. And this is something that through reading the Bible, you'll notice a lot that Jesus does. He often goes to places by himself. He often withdraws. He often goes to places by himself. And I think that's so important to sometimes take a step back into okay, there's so much going on. There's a great crowd following him. Sometimes solitude and just time one-on-one with God or time really just alone, not with people, is necessary. Sometimes I really struggle with being busy and I'm like, okay, if Jesus often withdraws by himself, to be by himself, then I can too. And then verse 16. When evening came, his disciples went down to the lake, where they got into a boat and set off across the lake for Capernaum. By now it was dark, and Jesus had not yet joined them. Verse 18, a strong wind was blowing, and the waters grew rough. When they had rowed about 3 or 4 miles, they saw Jesus approaching the boat, walking on the water, and they were frightened. So it was only the disciples that had gone on the boat. Jesus didn't go with them. And then all of a sudden, after 3 or 4 miles, they see Jesus walking on water in the distance. So I would be frightened too. But then, verse 20, but he said to them, it is I, don't be afraid. And I underline don't be afraid because I'm just recognizing a lot as I'm reading the Bible that that's something that God says to us a lot. Don't be afraid.
Yep.
I feel like humans, we tend to be afraid and be fearful a lot. Verse 21, then they were willing to take him into the boat, and immediately the boat reached the shore where they were heading. And I underlined immediately because, okay, let's not skip over the fact that, one, it's a miracle for Jesus to walk on water. That just displays his immense power and just the ability to truly do anything. He can walk on the water. He can meet you wherever you are. And then it says that as soon as they, were willing to take him in, he came in the boat immediately reached the shore to where they were heading, even though prior to that it was, the waters were rough and there was a strong wind and all that stuff. So this also just displays like the power that Jesus has. And then verse 22, the next day the crowd that had stayed on the opposite shore of the lake realized that only one boat had been there and that Jesus had not entered it with his disciples, but that they had gone away alone. Then some boats from Tiberias landed near the place where the people had eaten the bread after the Lord had given thanks. Once the crowd realized that neither Jesus nor his disciples were there, they got into the boats and went to Capernaum in search of Jesus. So basically the next day when the crowd realizes that he's not there, they start to search for him because they're like, well, we just saw this man that performed all these miracles, like we need to find him, we need to make him king, he has power. So huge crowd is like, where's Jesus? And then verse 25, when they found him on the other side of the lake, they asked him, Rabbi, when did you get here? And then Jesus answered, very truly I tell you, you are looking for me, not because you saw the signs I performed, but because you ate the loaves and had your fill. So basically Jesus is saying here, the only reason that they're looking for him is because he fed them all last night and he performed that miracle and they ate the bread. And then in my commentary it says, instead of telling them when and why he came, Jesus told them why they came, because they wanted more food miraculously provided. So basically these people, they just wanted the bread. They wanted to see the miracle, the food, the bread. They were very fixated on how Jesus provided the food for them. But Jesus continues in verse 27, do not work for food that spoils, but for food that endures to eternal life, which the Son of Man will give you. For on him, God the Father has placed his seal of approval. So Jesus is saying basically like, you're focusing on the wrong type of food. Not the type of food that spoils, but focus on the food that endures to eternal life, which the Son of Man will give you. And then in verse 28, then they asked him, what must we do?
No. Notice. Bread. Okay. You're welcome. You okay, Fred? It's okay. You okay? Okay.
To do the works God required. And this is a very important question. I have this highlighted, and then the next verse, Jesus answered, the work of God is this, to believe in the one he has sent. That's it. That is the work that they must do. That is the work that we all must do. That's it. To believe in the one he has sent. And in another commentary it says this word believe, it means to commit, to trust, to place confidence in. So it's not just believing, logically, it's also believing like a heart belief, like believing from the heart, committing and trusting and placing your confidence in the one he has sent, who is Jesus. And then in verse 30, so they asked him, what sign then will you give that we may see it and believe you? What will you do? Our ancestors ate the manna in the wilderness. As it is written, he gave them bread from heaven to eat. So these people, they're constantly just in search of signs, wonders, just like, what can you do? What can you show us? They're looking for signs. And an example they gave was before when their ancestors were wandering through the wilderness and God provided manna, they were like, basically, Jesus, okay, what sign are you going to give us now? And then verse 32, Jesus said to them, very truly I tell you, it is not Moses who has given you the bread from heaven, but it is my Father who gives you true bread from heaven. For the bread of God is the bread that comes down from heaven and gives life to the world. So I have verse 33 highlighted because this is Jesus talking about the true bread from heaven, which is Jesus. And then verse 34, sir, they said, always give us this bread. Then Jesus declared, I am the bread of life. Whoever comes to me will never go hungry, and whoever believes in me will never be thirsty. And I just want to take a second to stop at verse 35 because this is such an important verse. This is Jesus talking about the bread of life. This is the bread Jesus is talking about. And he says, it is me. I am the bread of life. Whoever comes to me will never grow hungry, and whoever believes in me will never be thirsty. I love this verse because it goes to show that Jesus is the bread of life, and he alone can satisfy our souls. He is the true satisfaction that our souls are longing for. I have verse 35 highlighted because this is like a verse that I think is good to go back to time and time again, because at least in my life, it's so easy for me to start looking to other things to satisfy, but Jesus is truly the only thing that can truly satisfy my soul. And then verse 36, but as I told you, you have seen me and still you do not believe. All those the Father gives me will come to me, and whoever comes to me I will never drive away. For I have come down from heaven not to do my will, but to do the will of him who sent me. And in verse 38, I underline to do the will of him who sent me, because I feel like it just sheds light into like the relationship between the Father and the Son. And I feel like this just goes to show that even Jesus submits to the Father's will. Jesus submits to God's will. So how much more should you and I, should we submit to God's will? And then verse 39, and this is the will of him who sent me, that I shall lose none of all those he has given me, but raise them up at the last day, which is just such amazing news. And then verse 40, for my Father's will is that everyone who looks to the Son and believes in him shall have eternal life, and I will raise them up at the last day. I just love that. There's so much hope and joy in that. And then verse 41, at this the Jews there began to grumble about him because he said, I am the bread that came down from heaven. They said, is this not Jesus, the son of Joseph, whose father and mother we know? How can he now say, I came down from heaven? So now all the people are grumbling, and they're kind of like being haters. They're like talking down him like, what do you mean you're the bread of life? They just completely forgot the whole miracle that they had just seen him do. But they're saying, aren't you just the son of Joseph? Like, we literally know your parents. How are you saying you came from heaven? And then verse 43, stop grumbling amongst yourselves, Jesus answered. No one can come to me unless the Father who sent me draws them, and I will raise them up at the last day. And in this verse, I actually have the Father highlighted because it's God who draws you to him. And then verse 45, it is written in the prophets, they will all be taught by God. Everyone who has heard the Father and learned from him comes to me. No one has seen the Father except the one who is from God. Only he has seen the Father. Very truly I tell you, the one who believes has eternal life. I am the bread of life. Your ancestors ate the manna in the wilderness, yet they died. But here is the bread that comes down from heaven, which anyone may eat and not die. I am the living bread that came down from heaven. Whoever eats this bread will live forever. This bread is my flesh, which I will give for the life of the world. So here Jesus is like contrasting, like, okay, this bread that I speak of isn't the bread that you're used to. It's not the manna from heaven from before. This bread is my flesh. It's me. So that's the bread that Jesus is talking about. And in verse 48, I highlighted, I am the bread of life. And then verse 52, then the Jews began to argue sharply among themselves. How can this man give us his flesh to eat? Jesus said to them, very truly I tell you, unless you eat the flesh of the Son of Man and drink his blood, you have no life in you. Whoever eats my flesh and drinks my blood has eternal life, and I will raise them up at the last day. For my flesh is real food, and my blood is real drink. Whoever eats my flesh and drinks my blood remains in me, and I in them. Just as the living Father sent me, and I live because of the Father, so the one who feeds on me will live because of me. This is the bread that came down from heaven. Your ancestors ate manna and died, but whoever feeds on this bread will live forever. He said this while teaching in the synagogue in Capernaum. So here the Jews are a little confused again because they're kind of just taking what Jesus says at face value, like, okay, this man is talking about eating his flesh as food and drinking his blood. Like, what's going on? What's he talking about? And oftentimes I find that in what Jesus says, he's often talking about something more, something spiritual, not just like the surface level meaning of things, but like its deeper meaning and its spiritual meaning. And back in verse 51, he says, I'm the living bread that came down from heaven. Whoever eats this bread will live forever. This bread is my flesh, which I will give for the life of the world. So he's referring to his own life that he will give to the world. He himself, his life that he's laying down for us, that's the bread that if we eat, we will live forever. And then in verse 60, on hearing it, many of his disciples said, this is a hard teaching. Who can accept it? So obviously, they're still not really getting what he's saying. And then verse 61, aware that his disciples were grumbling about this, Jesus said to them, does this offend you? Then what if you see the Son of Man ascend to where he was before? The Spirit gives life. The flesh counts for nothing. The words I have spoken to you, they are full of the Spirit and life. Yet there are some of you who do not believe. So a few calls here. One in verse 61. I love that Jesus says, does this offend you? Because, I mean, it obviously is offending them. They're like not really understanding, but I just love how it just shows the character of Jesus. Like he's here to do the will of God. And it doesn't really matter that it offends some people. He's still going to proceed in the truth, proceed in God's will. And I feel like me as a people pleaser, I'm absolutely a people pleaser. I struggle with that. I feel like I'm always so scared to offend people, which, like, I'm not saying go out there and offend people, but I feel like this is just going to show how Jesus, he's not afraid to offend people. He's not afraid to speak the truth, basically, in love. Because this message, I mean, it's good for them. It's the truth. It's what will give them life. And he's not afraid. He's not going to back down on saying it. And then I also highlighted verse 63. The Spirit gives life. The flesh counts for nothing. And then in verse 64, yet there are some of you who do not believe. For Jesus had known from the beginning which of them did not believe and who would betray him. And I think that's important, just like seeing how all-knowing Jesus is, that he still chose to walk with these people knowing who would betray him, and he still walked with them anyways because it was the will of God, because he had to do this to accomplish the will of God. But it just goes to show, like, he knows, like he already knows everything. And then verse 65, he went on to say, this is why I told you that no one can come to me unless the Father has enabled them. From this time, many of his disciples turned back and no longer followed him. So this is a teaching that, I mean, was probably just, hard to swallow for a lot of the people that were following him at the time. And after this, a lot of people turned back and, even though they witnessed the miracles and the signs, they turned back and no longer followed him. And also what came to mind is, like, people deserted Jesus. Not everyone, accepted his message. People deserted Jesus, and while he was here on earth, like, he knows what it feels like to have people leave. He knows what it feels like to have people desert you. And in verse 67, he asks, you do not want to leave too, do you? Jesus asked the 12. Simon Peter answered him, Lord, to whom shall we go? You have the words of eternal life. We have come to believe and to know that you are the Holy One of God. And you guys, this is my favorite part of John chapter 6, is when Simon Peter answered him, Lord, to whom shall we go? You have the words of eternal life. And I just underlined, Lord, to whom shall we go? Because that's the heart posture that I want to have. That's the heart posture that is just like, Jesus, you offer more than anything in this world can give me. To who else am I going to go to? Who else am I going to give my heart to? You alone, Jesus, you satisfy, and to you alone is where I will go. So I just love that. I highlighted that whole section. And then in verse 70, then Jesus replied, have I not chosen you, the 12? Yet one of you is a devil. And then verse 71, parentheses, he meant Judas, the son of Simon Iscariot, who, though one of the 12, was later to betray him. So I'll just leave you guys on that cliffhanger about Judas and a potential betrayal at the end of chapter 6. Okay. Okay, so that was John chapter 6. Thank you guys so much for reading along with me.
Yay.
I'm going to be reading through the entire book of John, so would love if you guys
That was a good
are
Bible
able to
study.
join me on this
I was just
journey.
tired.
And it's kind of fun reading the Bible, right? Like,
Yeah, it is fun.
it's a story, but it's like the true story of Jesus, and I feel like it's just so cool to be able to have like literally a book with us on earth, like a book, a resource that God gave us to just get to know him, get to know Jesus, get to know his character more,
Exactly.
and just discover about how much he loves us, about God's plan to save us. And so there's a lot more to the story, but that was John chapter 6. Thanks guys for reading along, and if you guys want to see more videos like this, if you guys want more Bible studies, please like this video and let me know in the comments. But yeah, thanks for reading along with me. I hope that everyone has a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you for John chapter 7 next.
See ya. Bye. I'm tired. I'm going to bed, chat. Good night, chat. I'm going to bed. I'm tired. One more game. One more game for the view. One more game, chat. One more game. Oh, maybe. One more game, bro. One more game for the chat. See you guys. Hope you like this video. And see you guys in the next video. And